How are we doing today, Twin Flames? Hope you're all doing well. I'm excited to present to you all a Planet of the Month tarot reading, sticking to the new tradition, exploration adventure, and science experiment, you could say, that I started about 6 months ago, promoting and inducting the various planets within our fairy solar system to guide and teach us the lessons we need to master of the month, to teach us the lessons of their unique, important nature for enlightenment, and to provide us with any activations or healings we are assigned to receive as a participant of the Ascension process to higher realms of mysticism for soul growth and magical upgrades. Kicking right off of last month's planet and teacher of the month, Mercury, and jumping into another M planet by the name of Sir Mr. Mars, or Mars in other words, to find out how Source God Creator, newly arisen from the ashes and brink of death from its major fall from grace, we successfully intercepted. We'll be constructing Mars to progress forward our high-level twin flame unions with his sagemanship and mastery. All throughout the reading, he will be reprogramming us in the background and setting up his station to be of proper service to us throughout the entire month through our fairy matrix system. And will be doing this for us as our personal guide, friend, and teacher, regardless of if he pops up to give us advice within this specific reading, if that makes sense. So, I don't see any reason not to just dive right into the Ascension Energies reading to get the ball rolling, and which we'll do now. The first card that will be of help to us, Twin Flames, on our mission of acquiring knowledge from Mars the entire month of February at our privilege, is the Major Arcana Hanged Man. I am feeling immense death and rebirth frequencies emanating from the emo scene playing out within the illustration immediately, with a strong anthem-like tone embodying it and coming along with this, partially here to signify the inverted salvation we and our beloved twin flames have now reached from our major descent down to and through the deep abyss of hell to land into enlightenment at the very bottom, as well as its epicness and sheer heavenly glory. More fully, this is here to signify the Rotten Staff unions and those whom resonate to the best of their capacity, official domination and graduation from the sacrificial lamb template and soul contract they were forced into to help others find salvation right after and even during, through their perfectly balanced light and dark internal universe that they achieve and master at the end of their colossal Heroes Gimels Heroes journey. Just like you've heard about in the Bible, the hanging skeleton feels representative of the very recent successful reunion and merger of the lost twin flame unions that occurred in the 5D and upper realms of sacred sexual union, especially after being beaten up by the Holy Grail by the end, then recovering from this, whom gravitated towards each other through the magnetic field of oneness that's connected to the magnetic field of oneness within their hearts, in order to put a stop to all of the harm, all of the bad things in the world with their powerfully unstoppable, deep and endless hand of soul that are just unbearable. It even feels as if there was a beautifully harmonic Catholic church bell tone that chimed after deciding, almost Romeo and Juliet style, to jump and hang themselves together, which it feels like we have successfully done from combining our energies together as one and deciding to end things right together in this only way we know how and that's available, making this the last time anyone, especially a kind, innocent being, will have to face death like this in order to pay for the whole world, setting them ultimately free. Because we were forced to invert in order to find salvation in the alternative way in addition, I am also feeling a very blasphemous version of this coming through to balance and complement the action, very inspired by Judgment Day and natural happenstance demons, enforcing the swiftest judgments upon the lost anti-tribe of Israel, whom inflicted all of these burdens upon the child of innocence since the beginning of time, where when we both fall to our sweet surrendered hanging, the black magic the enemy contains reverberates, backfires, and snaps their necks instead, in which we jump now. And now we are saved. I'm actually feeling that Mars would like to initiate the Twilight War from the 6D Apocalypse Gate within our dimension, here to protect our world from harm's way and crooked setups at our disposal if ever a fairy may need this kind of constructed backup, which we do most certainly have for the enemy of God and the enemy of privacy, and I grant him permission to do now. And now we wait. To continue with the reading, the major arcana of the star is what flipped out of the deck while shuffling for the proper cards for this occasion. Right from viewing the card, the grand world felt and appeared to be opening up before the ship within the body of water, which came with the essence of two people, twin flames that being, residing on the ship, propelling it forward, and rowing it straight towards this majestic world of wonder and miracles for children that Willie the Whale would go to be free. This mystical, magical world and dimension of limitless possibilities likely feels very familiar to you, viewer, due to the fact that the subconscious mind tends to wander here often during childhood, yearn for it when seeing it in media content during these delicate years of a twin flame soul, and even visit in the most inspiring, uplifting ways during dream time that it fuels you naturally with all the good stuff you need for days to weeks to come. But on another note of that, it also likely feels very familiar to you due to the mysterious twin flame soul actually deriving from these sacred, majestic lineages of pure wonder, in which we have all been curious about in the most perverted ways since the time of childhood, whether we've forgotten about or slept on this throughout our first stage ascension journey or not, for it is back to remind us of this incredibly important aspect of life, of a twin flame starseed soul, whether you like it or not. It truly feels like this is the only place left to go, so we might as well, right? Which is why I am going to ask Mars himself to commence the giving off ceremony for everyone in our tribe now ready to move on afar, right into the new nest ready to envelop them beneath the new stars and skyline. Just as it looks in the illustration, each pair gradually floating towards the new heaven before them, patiently yet eagerly, formulating our own unique Noah's Ark with our profound unity, synchronicity, and love bubbles as we go forth to our real homeland, where a kid can be a kid and a twin flame lover as much as they wish to be. This will do its part to separate us from God's purposely fallen children the rest of the way, as the real dream reality we are embarking through is too good to sustain them in our lives any further, making them fall out of the sky of the image where we belong instead. The first shall be last and the last shall be first, labeling them as the infected matrix virus codes they truly and naturally are, freeing us from persecution and wiping the slate of the past since the beginning of very time, pure and totally clean from sin, and from this ever repeating again within our one heart code, in which I send out to all universes outward now. Boom, like an 808. Happy giving off. And that concludes this Twin Flame Ascension Energies update, where we went over how our excited to be on board Planet of the Month Mars will be coaching us on higher union the whole month of February. We have him at our disposal. I hope this wisdom-filled news did what it needed to support you to and boost you to a greater level of understanding. Subscribe if you feel you receive a lot from these videos of mine. Comment down below if you have any questions or would love to chat about what you've gathered here today. Donate to my PayPal if you feel you'd love to commune and say thanks. And I'll be back here with more enlightening videos for the Twin Flame Collective in the near future. Feel free to call upon Mars for help, guidance, or to even try simply chatting if you can throughout the entire month if you get the instinct or bug to. Bye now.